Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will be discussing about how to exchange the data between two internal RAM memory locations. So let us assume that the memory locations I have considered is from 30H to 34H and the other memory location is from 40H to 44H. Okay, so here I have stored the data from 1 to 5 in 30H to 34H memory location and A, B, C, D, E in 40 to 44H location. So here actually what we need to do here is whatever the contents are stored from 30H to 34 location should be copied into 40 to 44H locations. In the same way, the contents of 40 to 44H should be copied, like we need to copy into 30 to 34 location. So simple way we can tell is we need to exchange the data between 30H to 34H with the 40 to 44H. Okay, so for any block transfer program, first we need to initialize the pointer, means we need to tell the microcontroller that where the data is stored, right? So as we seen that the first data is stored in the first memory location 30H, so for that we can use move R0, hash 30H, right? So by using this instruction, the R0 will have 30H. Okay, so this is called as the initialization of the pointer. Okay, so similarly the 40H is initialized to register R1, so that is with move R1 comma 40H. So after this instruction, the R1 will have 40H. Okay, so you remember that only R0 and R1 can be used as a pointers. Okay, right? So the next thing is, now first we need to decide how many data we are going to exchange. Okay, so because if we are using the loop instruction, we must know that how many number of times we need to repeat that loop. Okay, so for that reason we need to initialize the counter. For that, any register you can use. So I'll use the register R0. So here I have taken the total number of data are 5. So R2 will be initialized with 05H. So after execution of this instruction, the R2 will have 05H. Okay, right? So next we need to get the data into accumulator, because we don't have any instruction which can exchange between two memory locations in the indirect addressing mode. So that's why first we need to access the data from this 30H memory location into accumulator. So that is done by the instruction move A comma at R0. So at R0 tells it is a indirect addressing mode. So the whenever this instruction executes, controller will look into the register that indicates the where the data is stored. So now the R0 is having 30H. In 30H the data is stored is 01H. So that will be copied into accumulator. Is nothing but after execution of this instruction, the 01 will be copied into accumulator, right? So next, for example, if this one should be copied into 48, so I can use move at R1 comma A, right? So what happens if I use directly this instruction? This data we lose. Whatever the data stored in the 40H, we lose that data, but that should not happen because we need to copy this 0A into 30H. So we cannot use directly this instruction, right? Means we need to copy this data into somewhere else before copying into 40H location. So that you can do any, you can use any instruction. I will use move B comma at R1. So now B will have 0AH. Okay, so now we'll move content. Now what we have to do is we have to move the content of accumulator to R1 and content of B register to R0, right? So that we can do now move at R0 comma B. So what happens now when we execute this instruction? This R0 is showing 30H. So 30H will be replaced with the 0AH that was present in B register, right? So next, similarly, if I use move at R1 comma A. So what happens now? Accumulator is having 01H, so that will be moved into the 40H location. So this 40H will have the data 01, right? So we successfully exchange the data between 30H memory location and the 40H memory location, right? So next, what we have to do, we need to exchange the next data which is present in 31H and the 41H, but the currently our pointer is showing to 30H and 40H. So for that purpose, first we need to increment our pointer. So that is increment R0 and similarly increment R1. What happens when this is does? The R0 will be increment R0 will have 31H and R1 will have 41H, right? So next we need to access these data into the accumulator. So means we need to repeat these instructions. So for that we can use the instruction DJNZ, and which register we have used as a counter, that is R2. So move R2 comma repeat, right? This is the label. So this label should go to the instruction that is move A comma at R0. So what happens when we do this instruction? The accumulator will be replaced with the 02H, and in this instruction B register will be replaced with the 0BH, and then now R0, that is move B comma at R0 means 31H will be replaced with the value of the B register. In the B register we have it is 0B. And next, similarly, when we does move at R1 comma A, the 41H will be replaced with the 02H. Right? So successfully we have completed the two datas, and same procedure we have to do for the rest of the datas. Means we have to increment our pointer both the R0 and the R1. So that time what happens? The pointer will be showing to 42H. Right? So these 4 instruction, that is 6 instruction, that is move A comma at R0 till the increment R1 repeats until the register R2 becomes 0. Once R2 becomes 0, the controller will come out of the loop. That is the end of the program. Right? So I hope it is clear. Actually, this program we have not used any exchange instruction, but 8051 in 8051 instruction set we have a exchange instruction. Okay, so here no need to use these instructions here. So what we can do here it is, so directly we can use the instruction exchange. We have the opcode is exchange A comma at R1. So what happens here? After execution of this instruction, whatever is there in the R1, that is earlier we had here it is 0A, right? And then it was 0B, right? So A will have 0A and at R1 means 40H will get whatever the data was there in accumulator. That is here it had 01 and 02, and accumulator actually it is having 01. So 01 will get here. Means successfully the 40H will have 01H. Okay, but still our 30H is having 01, right? So now the A, when we exit this 0A is present in the accumulator. So for that what we now have to do is we have to use this instruction move A comma at move A comma at R0. So this R0 will have get the data 0. Okay, and rest of the instructions are same. After this one we'll have DJNZ R2 comma repeat and end. Okay, so instead of using this exchange instruction, two instructions are reduced. Okay, so now in the exam, if they ask use the exchange instruction, you can follow this program. But if they mention without use of exchange instruction, then you have to follow the program which we discussed earlier. Okay. Now we'll see this example with the help of the field combine. Okay, let us take the program as without exchange instruction. Now first we'll feed the data in 30H memory location and 40H memory location. So after the execution, these two, the data sub for 30H location and 40H location should be interchanged. Right? So please observe here. Now 30H is having the data A, B, C, D, E, and 40H is having the data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we'll see the same example with exchange instruction. So for that, here itself we can use exchange instruction is move exchange A comma at R. So in this now contents of accumulator and the contents of the R1 pointed by the pointer is exchange. And next instruction here at R0 comma A. So these three instructions are not necessary. We'll save this one, we'll rebuild the program, we'll debug this. We'll fill the data, we'll assign some other data. Right? So the data is exchanged between years by using the exchange instruction.